welcome back to the attempted sweep. Well, yeah, I managed to pull off the sweep twice with this special Hunder. Literally, it is special. It's a type of thing you would never see. It's the very smart Hunder. Yeah, and I did name it Ikasoon 2.0, a reference off the webinar guy named Ikasoon. So yeah, this is set I use, and these are moves I use, and here's a TP. Now, let's jump into the battle and see the sweep goes on. So, as I expected, Mewtwo did come out. I was actually thinking it was going to be something else. So I swapped it out and sent in Mewtwo because it's the only range defense tank I had. And it took a hit and then tried Snow Dozer, miss, and I did peace of mind because I thought they were going to be swapping or something, but it didn't. So I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna like hit it or something. But I went ahead and cheesed it so it doesn't try to Snow Doze thing on me, but I ended up choosing a different Loomian. So I had to swap out Moontoon and send in Whiff. So I was kind of hoping this was my chance to set up. But when it set up a scapegoat, I'm like, okay, it's gonna set up its own power focus. So I got rid of it first to see what it does, and it did body slam me. I'm like, okay, so maybe it'll give me a chance to set up before they do anything. So I went ahead and Magnify, but they switched out to Squeezy. So I went ahead and Magnify, got +2 right off the bat. Yeah, and I did put coffee on the thing. And then, surprisingly never did a troll thing, and I Magnified again. My main concern was the Moontuner's Ice type, so I went ahead, did the whole passing thing. So I went ahead and, I don't know how to say the word, to send in Ikasoon 2.0. It's at +4 in range. And I Thunderstrike and got rid of Squeezy real quick. So when I got rid of it, it's at +4. But right now, bonus coming. I'm kind of hoping this will one-shot it. And I hit it. And it lived on so little health. And then one thing I was scared of being knocked out, because my UP wasn't perfect. And I lived. A lot better than the furnace did, surprisingly enough. And then, to send in Terrafly when I went ahead for Shadow Shot, because I was going to do a Disrespect knockout on that. And then I thought they were going to swap again. So I must splatter that with a Terrafly. So there's 2 down and 3 to go. And here comes this thing. So I went a Mother Splatter hoping it's not like a tanky one, and it isn't. And went down real quick. Now that's 3 down and 2 more to go, and Bonus came back out. I went and Shadow Shock it as a disrespect way to knock it out instead of Thunderstrike, and the Moonshine come out. And I went ahead and Thunderstrike it because I'm not going to risk it with a Shadow Shock. Because I'm not sure if that'll be enough to knock it out. And this is the first sweep I managed to pull off. Told him Chi-Chi and it went on. And here's the second battle. And I'm looking at this team and I'm like, okay, there's no Ice type. But my main concern is Revenine, but I kind of thinking they're not going to send it out first. What I was expecting was Avatros first. I'm like, that's fine, I do it. Set up 1 Magnify and use the move and then pass it on to Hunder. But also my main concern with Focorola, if that come out, I'm going to have to figure out a way to get around it. And that's either the cake or the crab. I went with the cake, I believe. Oh no, I went with the swamp monster. So I went ahead and started the battle and came out Revenine. But not what I was really wanting to see, because I'm kind of afraid of Fire Breath, because I know how much that do. So I went ahead and swap out into Moontoon to take a hit. And it went ahead and did a final lose. I don't know why. So I'm like, okay, this don't be an issue, don't spam that over and over. So I went ahead and used Tease. So that way it doesn't do it again and again. And then went ahead and dodge, trying to bait out the hit. What I was going to do, have it go into final lose when I switch out and not take any damage. And that's what I did. I went ahead and swap out. Right on when it's done to do the final lose, I didn't. I'm like, so it's a final lose repeatedly over and over. And it's, for some reason, waited. I think I want to spam final lose again. So it just waited. So I went Magnify to get +2. And it did Blaze Chunk. And it didn't really do much damage. I actually tanked it very well. And then I Magnify again to get +4. Well, I'm trying to go for a +6 and it did final lose. Which is good and not good in a way, so I'm going to magnify it +6. Now I'm a mass range attack. I can actually sweep with this thing, but I didn't. So I went ahead, let it hit me, and I did knock myself out, just send in it consumed 2.0. And I did much splatter and knock it out. I think I did editing mistake, but I don't care. And it came out tap, and I'm like, okay, here's the challenge. Can it be knockout in one hit? Thunderstrike, and I hit it, and it was a quit. Not sure if it mattered or not, but I think it does because Hunder range is not good. And it came out for Corona, and I'm like, okay, I can much splatter, and it should knock it out. It's super effective, and it knocked it out. So it one-shot it, which is good, and it came out A-B-Twash. Yeah, she did talk to me in chat, but nothing. So I went ahead and did Shatter Shock. It was the most disrespectful thing for me to do. And then send out Valkyrie, and I'm like, okay, this is perfect sweep. Shatter Shock, you do disrespect knockout, and knock it out. And yes, I did feel bad. But here's come bonus battle for y'all, the major failure that I had. See y'all later, ain't doing my shit.